Hello. So today I'm here to talk about a common error that people make when typing people in OPS. And that is that they make an observation about somebody. That observation may be correct, but they are assigning it to the wrong coin. So I'm going to be talking about some common observations that people may be assigning to the wrong coins. And then in the second part of the video, I'll talk about how to remedy that. So the first observation is I don't have enough information. Now, this is commonly attributed to the single observer coin. Because if you're a single observer, you are imbalanced on one side of the observation game. So you're either missing the details, the sensory facts, or you're missing the overall general patterns and concepts. So that's why they get stuck with information, because they're missing a side of observations. But it's not just single observers that can struggle with this. You could be a double observer and still have some struggles with missing information. For example, if you are savior consume, you may feel like that you don't have enough information. I got to take in more and more information before I can do anything with it. Or you may be information dominant, where you have consume and blast in your top three animals. If you're information dominant, you deeply respect information. You tend to take information really seriously. And because of that, you're going to want to make sure you have enough information. Or you could be savior sensing. Now information can be either, sensing or intuitive. But when people think of information, they commonly think of it as, gathering the facts and the details. So savior sensing types may often feel like they don't have enough information and that they're afraid to just guess with the information that they have. They got to get more. All right, second one. The tribe is scary. Okay, now Dave and Shannon commonly associate this with being a single decider. If you're a single decider, you tend to struggle more with imbalances from the self and the tribe. So if you're an EJ type, you might think the tribe is scary because it's like, I got to do what the tribe expects me to do, because if I don't, they're going to beat me up for it and it's going to hurt my vulnerable DI. Or if you're an IP, you may be doing yourself and you're unaware of what the tribe is thinking or feeling, and then it comes back and bites you later. And then that's scary. So, but it's not necessarily a single decider thing, because even double deciders can have moments where they feel like the tribe is scary. And, in a way, we're all fundamentally deciders. We all want to be accepted by people, and we all want to feel significant. So we all have those needs. Dave and Shannon also tend to associate the tribe being scary with masculine extroverted decider. But I also think feminine extroverted decider can have its own version as well. Now it's going to play out a little bit differently in the masculine DE versus the feminine DE. So with the masculine DE, it's like the tribe is scary, so I got to kind of punch on the tribe so that they don't hurt my vulnerable feminine DI. Whereas with feminine DE, it's more like I got to move around the tribe. I got to accommodate them. It's maybe not so much the tribe as a whole that's scary, but it's these people's individual DI functions. Because my DI is masculine, they might assume that others have masculine DI. Their masculine DI could lash out at me. Okay? So again, there's different reasons why somebody might think that the tribe is scary. Okay. I can talk and communicate well. Okay. Now Dave and Shannon seem to associate that with Savior Blast. But it's not just Blast. There's other coins that could be contributing to that. Now, yes, having Savior Blast does help because you are literally sharing your known information in an organized, narrowed down way to other people. That's certainly going to help you be a good communicator. But you could be Demon Blast or even Blast Last, and you can communicate quite well and clearly. Elijah Wood, for example, is masculine, feminine, TISI, sleep, consume, play, blast, last. And they did a class on him. And David Shannon even remarked that he communicated quite well, but he is blast last. So what's up with that? Well, he's got a couple of other things working in his favor. And one thing is that he is Savior ST. So Savior ST is an advantage because you're able to give the facts and the reasons. You're not leaving the planet when you're talking. So that helps in being more clear. He's also audio modality. So audio is an advantage because it's the audio modality that's pulling up words and phrases at the right time, whereas somebody whose visual modality would struggle a bit more with that. And also, even if you're blast last, having sleep as a savior can be helpful. So like those with consume sleep saviors but blast last may seem to communicate a bit more clearly than consume play saviors with blast last. The reason being is that sleep savior is processed and it's going to be more narrowed down. And so that's going to help in being a more clear communicator. Whereas if you're consume play saviors, you're just kind of bird chirping more and it may be less organized or clear and more channel changing. Okay, so don't just assume that just because somebody can talk well, that they're necessarily a savior blast. Not always the case. Okay, final one. I have trouble getting started. Now, again, Dave and Shannon kind of like to associate this with being low blast, having trouble getting started. And yeah, in some ways, if you have Demon Blast, you can have trouble getting started because your consume wants to take in more information first. But the truth is that having trouble getting started can apply to just about every coin. Because the truth is, we're going to procrastinate our demon functions or demon animals, whatever they are. Okay, so everybody's a procrastinator. Everybody has trouble getting started on something. It's just going to manifest a bit differently depending on what that type is. And that's a topic for a whole nother video. So that's kind of all I'm going to say about that one, is that having trouble getting started, you could assign that to just about anything. Okay, so in the second part, I'm going to be talking about how can you better make sure that you're assigning the observations you make to the correct coins. So first of all, you want to be open to the idea that there could be several different coins that could lead to the same observation. Just have an open mind about it and don't prematurely jump to conclusions. You always want to make sure that you're doing cross checks. So if you see that somebody is a single observer, or you see them do something that suggests they're a single observer, like they're complaining about the missing information, you got to cross check that. Are they double deciding? Is their life pile, the biggest struggles in their life tend to be from missing observations? Is that really their biggest struggle in their life? Or is it just that one time you're seeing it? That's why you gotta watch the person in multiple contexts, in multiple situations to see if it's an overall pattern. Because you can't go by just that one time they did or said something. And you gotta look at the true essence of a coin. Like for blast, yeah, if you have Savior Blast, that can be helpful in communicating clearly, but that's not really what defines blast. What defines blast is the interaction between an OI function and a DE function when they're working together. Is that person presenting organized, narrowed down information for the tribe. That's what you got to be looking for. Okay, so hopefully you found this video helpful. These are just some common observations that can be assigned to multiple coins. And hopefully the advice that I gave you here will help you in your typing better. If you want to see more typing videos, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit that bell for notifications, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.